This has been a very grueling project as far as like everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. So I think I'm going to once again start over with the yarn that I already started with, which is great and lovely. All I had to do is fill in some squares and now I have a butterfly. At the beginning of the summer, I made out a whole list of all these crochet projects that I wanted to do by the end of summer. And we are now in mid-July and I have done 0. So in this vlog, we are catching up on some projects because I need to get things done. And I do have a bit of a time limit because I have one item that I am potentially going to wear to the NoahCon concert that I'm going to. So I have got to get my butt in gear. Where we're sitting right now, the NoahCon concert is in 2 weeks. So I have 2 weeks to learn how to fillet crochet and get the project done before I leave. Do we think I can do it? I'm unsure. I actually don't know. But I am going to push myself to at least get that done before the concert. So for the NoahCon concert specifically, I wanted to dip my toes into filet crochet and make a butterfly headscarf / it could be like a body scarf, if that makes sense. It's this triangle piece that I could wear on my head or wrap around my waist. I don't know what I want to do with it just yet. But if you know NoahCon at all, his whole thing is like bugs, like the last of the bugs. And unfortunately, the outfit that I have already purchased does not have a bug element to it. So I wanted to maybe perhaps make something that one could be original and fun, but also have that bug element. So I found a YouTube tutorial that explained how to make this specifically. And so I'm going to give it a try. Here's the thing. I only have a little bit of leftover yarn from that 5 Seconds of Summer concert shirt. This must be like the concert yarn because both concert outfits that I've tried to attempt to crochet has been made with this yarn. So maybe this will be redeemable, this vlog, because unfortunately in the last crochet concert outfit vlog, it did not turn out the way I wanted it and I did end up not wearing it at all. So hopefully this will be an easier and more versatile piece that I can wear outside the concert as well. So my first project is to create this piece right here, and I'm scared. Filet crochet is so intimidating to me. So this could be a failure or it could be a success. So let's give it a try. Obviously, I'm not that far in, but I do feel like I need to change my yarn because I just like don't really like working with this yarn that's so thin. Like, just look how messy and like uneven the stitches look. I think I might try a thicker yarn. I don't know how that's going to look with filet crochet, but I just feel like it's going to be easier for me to work with. So I am going to unravel this and restart with this thicker white yarn that I have. The only thing about this is that I don't know where this came from. So if I run out, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get more. I'm like 90% positive that this is Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. But like, who's to say? I genuinely have no idea where this came from. Okay, unfortunately, after doing the 202 chains plus the double crochet going in, unfortunately, I do think that this yarn is a little too thick. Like if I put this around my head, these straps look way too thick, I fear. Like I think they need to be a little bit thinner. And while this was way easier to manipulate and work with, I do think I might need to go back to the really thin yarn I was using because I thought that this whole entire chain had to go around my waist and then some, but turns out the tutorial actually teaches you how to like make the straps longer. So this piece right here is strictly for the butterfly situation. So I think I'm going to once again start over with the yarn that I already started with, which is great and lovely. I love to keep doing the same things over and over again because I love psychosis. Let's try this one more time. So I worked on my little butterfly filet crochet last night, and I got to about like 6 rows in, and then the number started to not make sense. If you didn't know, like filet crochet definitely has a lot of like math to it. And by math, I mean like counting, like each of these blocks have to be completely precise in order to make sure that the design looks completely and utterly perfect. And unfortunately, for some reason, somehow, like I either miscounted or I like added a couple of stitches here and there, and I don't know where. And it actually, unfortunately, just messed up the entire project. So then I had to move forward with unraveling all of it once again. That's the 3rd time, mind you, that I have unraveled this project and start over. So I have spent the entirety of my afternoon getting back on this. There have also been some more unraveling with this as well, because for some reason my numbers aren't adding up, but I'm being very diligent this time and I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. So this is all we have so far. As you can see, we're already kind of doing the mesh boxes. The thing about filet crochet, if you're unaware, you do mesh boxes and then the design are filled in boxes, like how these edges are right here. So I haven't gotten to the butterfly just yet. I have to finish this row and then I'll start getting into the actual design of the butterfly. Unfortunately, I've just had a really frustrating afternoon working on this. I thought this was going to be an easy project, and it is the bane of my existence. And truly, I do think it's because this yarn is so difficult to work with. Like, I think it's going to end up being a beautiful lace piece once it's all done, but working with it is difficult, okay? I don't like lace yarn, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the perfect concert outfit, and so that is what I'm doing here today. So I'm gonna lie in bed because my back is actually starting to hurt, and I think that I just need to lay back and do a little crocheting. And hopefully I can make some progress tonight. Maybe start working on the butterfly piece of this project. Okay, so I made a little bit of progress with the butterfly last night. So as you can see, you probably can't tell that much. I haven't done that much yet, but you can tell like here and here. I think these are the antennas. So like here and here are the antennas. So like kind of already filling in the boxes, if you will. And this is more so the body. Anyway, I've made progress. Okay, guys, and the numbers are lining up finally. I'm feeling a little bit more confident about doing filet crochet in the future because now I'm understanding that you have to be precise and you have to make sure that you have the exact amount of stitches, boxes, whatever it is, you have to be precise. And that was a lesson learned, okay? But this is what we have so far. I think now I'm starting to really get into the groove of it, and it only gets like faster because each row is decreasing. So I'm doing less and less boxes in the design. So I feel like I could probably get this done pretty quickly. Like I definitely will be able to finish it before my concert. Keep in mind, we're a week and a half out. As much as I hate using this really thin lace yarn, I do think that it is making this look so much better. It looks drapey, dainty, whimsical, if you will. And so I even though I hate working with it, it is really doing the job. All right, I'm gonna get back into it. I never even finished this row. So let me like at least finish this row and hopefully I can get a little bit more of the body done. And by the next time we speak, I will have at least a little bit more of the butterfly filled out. Okay, I have definitely gotten a lot of progress done. As you can see, I'm almost done completely with the butterfly design, and I am so obsessed with how this is looking. I actually feel like I can probably get this done in probably the next couple of days. I just want to say that while I've had a very hard time with this project, I mean, I've had to unravel all of my yarn, wind it back up. I've had to start over this project minimum 3 times. This has been a very grueling project as far as like everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. But now that I've gotten the hang of it, I love it. Filet crochet is so fun to me. Like, are you telling me all I had to do is fill in some squares and now I have a butterfly? Like, it's gorgeous. But I just wanted to give you guys an update because it has been like genuinely a week since I've been able to update you guys because of, like I said, I've just had a lot of complications, but now I've finally gotten somewhere. So my goal today is to completely finish this triangle, and then hopefully maybe tonight or tomorrow I can just do the string. But for now, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to finish this triangle. Okay, guys, I finished the triangle. This is so stunning. I'm so sorry. Like, I am obsessed with the way that this turned out. Now, the only things I have left is to do a border around here. And then I also need to add some like longer strings so that I can tie it however I want to tie it. Now I'm going to go ahead and give this a little blocking so that it'll be more defined and crisp. And then tomorrow I will start working on the border and strings. And hopefully I can get this done before I head out for the concert because I have 4 days left. Okay, guys, I finished. Here is the final product of the crocheted lace drape is what I think it's called, but also my first attempt at filet crochet. I'm obsessed with the butterfly. I'm so sorry. Like, this looks so cute. Like, this is everything that I was ever dreaming it would be. Unfortunately, I feel like it is a little big to wear in my hair. I'm going to test it out with my outfit and see how it looks, but it does feel pretty big. But I still have some other options on how I can style this. So let me go change into my concert outfit. And here we are. This is the dress. Okay, here's the dress. Tell me you're as obsessed with it as I am. I feel like it is the perfect summer dress, but also just like very Noah Kahan-esque outfit. I did find this dress on Amazon, so I'll also link this dress down below. If you're interested, it came in a bunch of different colors, but I just felt like the green personally looks the best on me, as well as like go along with the vibe of this tour specifically. So I have a couple options on how I'm going to style the butterfly. I don't think it's going to work, as I said, but we are going to try. We are going to try the hair. So let's do that first. This is a hair moment, okay? I definitely don't think you can see the butterfly as well as it should be considering it took me so long to create this. Honestly, it doesn't look terrible in the hair. I'm just feeling very like Little House on the Prairie at the moment. And I think it's because like it's just so loose here because it is just like so ginormous. So I'm just not sold on the hairpiece. But that's okay because like I said, there are other ways to style this. So let me try a different way. I think I want to try and do something more like on the waist, kind of like a belt piece. So let's see how that looks. I don't hate this, but I don't love it either. This is going to be really embarrassing if I spent all this time creating this thing and I have no way to style it. Okay, so this is kind of like what we're working with here. So like the butterfly would be kind of the side piece, right? And it's like, oh, like a drape, if you will. It's not ugly. I actually don't hate it, but it's definitely not as cute as it could be. So let me try something else. My other thought is to do kind of like a drape over the shoulders, if you will. I don't know how well that's going to look either, but I don't think I would mind having kind of like a bow. Have a bow kind of like cover up this kind of piece. Now I will say the draw to the dress was the neckline. Like I love a square neckline. And so with it being this way, I would potentially be like ruining the neck. But here's what it looks like from the back. It definitely is like noticeable. Obviously, like the butterfly's on full effect. I am nervous about it being so astronomically hot that I start like getting overwhelmed with like things touching my shoulders. I have one more option that I think I'm going to try, and then I'm going to have to make a decision on what looks best, unfortunately. Let's try this last version of what I was thinking. So my other thought is like for it to be completely a back piece. So this would be kind of like a little bow in the front, if you will. And then when I turn around, we're doing butterfly. Hey, I actually don't hate this because like I said, I like the neckline. So you can definitely like see the necklines, but this like accentuates the waist a little bit. Oh, little party in the back. Like, hi, hello. You think it's just like a basic little outfit and then boom, butterfly in the back. And just like that, I have finished my first filet crochet project and will be wearing it in public. Believe it or not, this is my first crochet project of the year that I will be wearing in public. Thank God. Thank God I finally made something that was worth wearing in public. I feel like this year has been a lot of experimenting with my crochet. And unfortunately, like I have failed more than I have succeeded as far as like things that I would actually wear in public. So the first thing we have is this cute little butterfly. Okay, now that I have officially finished crocheting and styling my butterfly drape lace, I am going to start a brand new project that I have been so excited to do. This was the first project of the summer that I told myself I was going to do, and I haven't done it, clearly. So now is the time. And so I am going to crochet a poncho, but not just any poncho. We are going to be using sequined yarn for said poncho. I am so excited. I feel like I have been seeing sequin yarn all over my TikTok, all over my For You page. This is stunning. I'm so sorry. Okay, do you see how pretty this is? I'm obsessed. Now I did just get the white sequin yarn because I wanted it to be like universal and I could wear with literally any outfit. And so that's what we're going to start with today. I bought 2 of these, so hopefully that'll be enough to do a poncho, but I found a pretty simple tutorial that literally is just a rectangle. Like surely I can do just a rectangle. So I've been out here for about 2 hours. This is the progress we've made. This yarn is so difficult to work with. Obviously, I knew that the sequins were going to be an obstacle, but like also, I just don't love thinner yarn. As you saw with the butterfly, like I just like struggle really hard with the thinner yarn. I feel like it's harder to see stitches. So I feel like I'm not doing this correctly, but this is what we've done so far. I love the way that these sparkles are looking, but like if you look close enough, the yarn itself is very scraggly. And maybe that's just kind of like the look that this gives. I mean, maybe it'll look okay once because it's like a poncho form. I don't know, but I am getting nervous that this is not going to look its best. But honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like that every time I start a project, I am unfortunately always holding my breath until the end of a project because I just don't know if things are going to look good. But now that I'm looking at this, I wish I would have gotten pink. Like I like the white because I think once again it'll match with everything, but I do wish that this was going to be pink. Maybe I would be a little bit more excited about it. But this is literally 2 hours of work. This is crazy. Like I thought this was going to be an easy and quick little project, but I do fear it might take longer than I expect. So I'm going to keep going. I just wanted to give you guys an update, but here's a close up. It looks pretty. At least it looks pretty. It looks very mermaid. Okay, we have made some progress with this project. As you can see, I've gotten like almost halfway done. I'm pretty sure that this has to reach the width of both my arms all the way out. And so we're already halfway there, and or 60 inches. Honestly, I'm not really positive. I need to go back and look at the pattern, but this is what we have so far. This is about a week's worth of work. Now, to be fair, like I haven't been as diligent as I probably should have been, but I have had a busy week at work. So I only have had time to really do this at night after I have decompressed from work. But honestly, this does work up pretty fast. My goal is to finish this project by Sunday evening. And so as we're going into the weekend, I am going to lock in. Like if I drape this over, like, are you guys seeing the vision? Are you seeing the vision? I think it's so cute. Now, I do have to say, once I started doing the double crochets in the foundation chain, it did shrink the width of this project, which I know that happens, and yet I always forget to overcompensate. And by a lot, I mean like it did shrink it about 4 inches. So I am nervous about how it's going to turn out. I also had a little issue in the beginning as far as like getting all of the stitches. So I did end up doing a decrease. So it's like wider on the bottom and now it's more so evened out now that I've like kind of gotten the hang of it. But I don't know if any of you have worked with sequin yarn. It is nearly impossible to unravel. So I am just gonna have to deal with what I've been given. But honestly, I'm not hating the way it's looking. Look at that sparkle. So pretty. And I do think that once I put this together, it's not gonna look as bad as I'm thinking. I don't think that the little mistakes I've made are gonna make that much of a difference, hopefully. Fingers crossed, seriously, because this is like the project I was most excited about all summer. And if it is, it'll just be a little asymmetrical. It'll be a little distressed. For now, I'm going to watch a little TV. I started a new show that has a lot of words in the title that I don't remember all the words, but I'm like literally probably on episode 4 or 5. So I like literally just started it. So I'm going to watch a little bit while I crochet. Hopefully I can finish this poncho within the next 3 days. I did finish my first ball of yarn. So I'm going to be going in with the second one. This is what I have so far. I think, do you see how long this is? We're almost there. Seriously, I probably could finish this tonight if I really, okay. I can probably finish this tonight if I really put my mind to it. But I feel like I have made a lot of progress. I still do fear that it's going to be not long enough in the width, which is annoying, but I am planning on blocking my rectangle before I start stitching things together, and hopefully that'll stretch this out a little bit. I'm satisfied so far. Also, like, I just can't wait to wear this at sunset. Like, look at the glimmer. Oh, I'm obsessed. Okay, anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to throw this one away, put this one on, and hopefully get this thing done. I have officially finished my panel. This thing is so long. So the only thing I have to do left is to crochet this side to here and to like make the poncho piece. We're on the home stretch. This took way longer than I was expecting. And I do think that I would work with this yarn again. I think I just need to be a little bit more careful about like measuring things, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and finish this thing up. Okay, I do think despite it being just like a little smaller than I was intending it to be, it's actually not half bad. Like, I feel like this would be a cute cover up maybe, or a cute like casual beach type moment. I'm not hating the way it's looking. I'm going to be honest. I wish, like I said, it was a little bit like wider and bigger and like covered up more. But overall, I'm not dissatisfied with the way it turned out, believe it or not. And also, like, I just can't get over how beautiful this yarn is, even though it was literally a nightmare to work with. But here's the final product. I need you guys to be honest in the comments. Like, is it ugly? I'm on the fence about if I'm convincing myself that it looks good because I worked so hard on it, or it actually doesn't look half bad. Okay, well, now that I have my poncho done, I think I have finally finished this video. This filming process has taken me over a month and a half to do. Even though I did 2 very small projects, both were so time consuming and had so many hiccups that I feel like I have crocheted a literal marathon. But I do think that these are 2 pieces that I genuinely think I will wear often. This one specifically is just like, could go with literally any outfit, I believe. So I'm excited to like style this one. But this also is just like something casual that I can throw on and make it look like I put a little bit of effort. So overall, I do think that this video was a success, and I've knocked off 2 projects from my summer crochet plan. So all in all, it has been a win-win. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you don't mind, I'll leave social media links down below. I have Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads. So be sure to check out those links if you don't mind. But for now, bye guys.